The most important step in your mug is planning. You need to make sketches, do some research, find a cylinder to wrap your clay around, make a pattern that fits around that cylinder, draw out your pattern exactly, including your handle. Now we're going to create a sleeve for our cylinder, in my case a pop can. Measure the paper towel so it's exactly the same height as the can or the cylinder. You want it not to be taller, you want it to be exactly the same height. And then you're going to roll your cylinder up in that paper towel. And then you're going to secure it with just a small piece of tape. Make sure your can easily slides in and out of the sleeve. You will need to wedge your clay. A ram's head wedge pushes down with your palm, pulls up with your fingertips, and rolls the clay on itself. Do this several times to thoroughly mix your clay. Now you will want to pound out your clay until you have a rectangle that is about 1/2 inch thick. Place your clay between matching sticks that are 1/4 inch thick, using rolling pin to roll out your clay. If you see any air bubbles, pop those. Flip your clay over and keep rolling. Remember, you want a long rectangle shape. Use your pattern to double check and make sure that it's the right length, and you can cut off the excess. Flip your clay over, make sure you're on a dry part of your table, and double check one more time with the rolling pin between the sticks to make sure your clay is the right thickness. Use a credit card to compress the clay slab on both sides. Make sure you compress in multiple directions. Use your pattern and a needle tool or a sharp stick to cut out your clay rectangle and the pattern that you need for your cylinder. Now's the time to add texture to your mug or to stamp in letters. Anything you can do while it is flat. After you're done texturing, check your pattern again and make sure your clay is the correct size. Now we're going to turn our rectangular slab into a cylinder. We're going to thin out each end of the rectangle. Using a toothbrush and water, we're going to score and slip, scrubbing with the toothbrush and water to create a nice slip. Then the clay is rolled around the cylinder and pressed where the ends overlap. You can either use your fingers to seal it, or you can also use the texture to seal that part of the clay. Do not pinch or thin out the clay anymore. Make sure the clay and the paper towels are not wrapped around the top or the bottom of the can. At this point, you'll access your other videos that you've saved, and you'll do your details on your mug. In my case, I'm doing a mustache handle and a nose. You want to make sure that you score and slip everything very, very well. Take time to refine, add texture, and make sure everything is attached very, very well. Now it's time to create the base of your mug. Roll out your clay to 1/4 inch thick between the sticks. Thoroughly compress your clay with the credit card. Make sure you do that to both sides, otherwise you'll get a crack in the base of your mug. Lightly trace your mug onto the clay. Use your toothbrush and water to score and slip the base of the mug and the circle. Place the mug on the scored and slipped area. Roughly trim with a butter knife or a needle tool or a pointed stick. Take away the extra clay. Place your mug on a piece of paper so that you can turn it more easily. Continue to trim and refine the edge of the base. At this point, you'll write your name on the bottom of the mug. Take the can out, double check and make sure that it's ready for the kiln.